Hi, I'm Scott Vorthman, the author of vZome. This is the second video in a series I'm doing on symmetry starters, a new feature in vZome that's designed to let you quickly and easily build polyhedra like the one I'm showing you with just a few clicks. In the first video, we looked at the icosahedral dodecahedral starter and went over some of the general principles. I really recommend you watch that video first. If you haven't, this one may go a little too fast for you. In this video, we'll focus on cubic and octahedral starters, and you'll see as we go why there are two different ones. So let's start with this one. Since making the first video, I've added these structures to the center, basically a guide to indicate which symmetry group we're building with, and it also helps elucidate the relationship between the mirrors and the overall symmetries of the object. As before, we have three mirrors, three different colors. We no longer have red struts in this system because there is no fivefold symmetry. We do have yellow, blue, and green instead at the corners of our mirrors, and the mirrors are correspondingly colored. So if we select a yellow ball and apply symmetry and then convex hull, we get a cube. Similarly, if we use the blue ball, we're going to get, an octahedron, the dual of the cube. And if we go to the green ball, which lies at the right angle of the mirrors, as before, we're going to get something that's sort of halfway between, in this case, a cube octahedron. So far, so good. These are all uniform polyhedra. Now, as soon as we go to the other four possibilities, where we have a ball lying in just one mirror or in no mirrors at all, we actually have two choices rendered here in each case. We have a regular white vZome ball, and then we also have these turquoise struts and balls. The reason for the turquoise, as we'll see, is to accurately model the blue-green struts that vZome tool used to manufacture. But let's start with just the basic white struts. And I'm not going to go through all the possibilities. Let's just start with the biggest one. So again, as before, we want to first apply some mirror to that ball in the middle. Then we can apply our rotational symmetries and the convex hull. And we get something that's topologically equivalent to a great rhombocube octahedron. But of course, it's not uniform, it's not Archimedean. That's a rectangle, not a square, and that is not a regular octagon. So the blue struts and the green struts are different lengths. That's the bad news. The good news is if you switch to the icosahedral system, this is something you can actually build with real vZome parts. By the way, I recommend staying in the octahedral system as long as you're building, and only switch to icosahedral when you're done with these octahedral system models. So that's good. You can build it with normal vZome, and you don't need to have any of the no longer manufactured blue-green struts. But if you do have access to the blue-green struts and you want to model with them, then you just use these turquoise blue-green analogs of the same four white balls. So let's start there and do the same one we just did. Oh, forgot my mirror. Do the symmetry, do the convex hull. And now we have something that's much, much closer to an accurate depiction of the Archimedean solid. These should look very square, and this looks like a regular octagon. We can check it if we use the Measure tab, a recent addition. We can measure this green strut. We'll see it's 12.14 centimeters. The blue strut is 12.12. So this should make it clear that we're using an approximation to the square root of 2 for these strut lengths. So we're only approximating the blue-green struts with this vZome model, because we can't actually do it exactly in this system, which is based on the golden ratio. However, that's the reason we have another alternative. The other starter is based on the square root of 2. So in this system, the golden ratio is not present. There's no opportunity to switch to icosahedral symmetry. We have the same situation, same 7 options, but now if I select that ball and mirror it and symmetry and convex hull, now you can be sure that these struts are all exactly the same length, because this system, it's mathematically possible because of the square root of 2. So let's check the measurements. So the blue strut is 707, 2.7 inches, 2.78 inches. And so is the green strut, and so is this other green strut. So in what we've seen is there's the sort of 3 successive levels of accuracy you can do if you want to build these octahedral models that are either approximations or exactly the Archimedean solids with octahedral symmetry. So that's it for this video, and we'll look at tetrahedral symmetry and the tetrahedral starter in the next video, and then I think a subsequent video will look at some of the math and geometry behind all this. Thanks for watching.